हेलो, गुड इवनिंग। आई कैन सी हमारे साथ एक व्यूअर ज्वाइन कर चुके हैं। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। We are about to start the live in some time. We are just trying to fix some of the technical aspects here. थोड़ी देर में कैमरा भी ऑन हो जाएगा and we'll go live with today's Sunday night live. गुड इवनिंग, गुड इवनिंग। थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। एक बार कंफर्म कर दीजिए इफ यू कैन, इफ द ऑडियो इज क्लियर, जस्ट प्लीज लेट अस नो if you can hear us well. We'll have the camera switched on shortly. I'm not able to figure out if you all are able to hear me. Please let us know if the audio is clear. Camera is starting. Please wait. Connecting. Network connected. Okay, I can see one viewer. जुनाई Okay, I hope the sound's up now. I'm so sorry. I don't know for how long there was no sound. Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj Pal, for calling it out. I hope the audio is fine. And thank you so much for joining the live Ek Guncha and Pankaj Pal. Very good evening to all the audience. जैसा कि मैं बता रही थी about crime against women. Speaking of the broad 10 issues, if you haven't heard me, then let me repeat it once again for you. 1, mental stress. 2, choice in marriage and honor crime. 3, cyber crime against women. 4, sexual assault. 5, rape and attempt to rape. Harassment of women and at workplace is number 6. Number 7, outraging modesty and molestation. Number 8 is domestic violence, dowry harassment. Number 9 is police apathy. And 10th one, if I have not mentioned, I think I missed out on, I think I covered it all. So like I was saying that these are the categories that are not classified by me. These are the categories that are not classified by any other common woman of this society. But these are the categories that women have to face day in, day out. And this is, as per the data given by NCW. NCW is National Commission of Women, which is a statutory body by the Indian government. इनका काम होता है बेसिकली काउंसलिंग अगेंस्ट जो ब्रॉड 10 कैटेगरीज मैंने बताई हैं, इसकी जो भी की victim रह चुकी हैं, NCW gives counseling to these people. So if any one of you out there who's listening to me right now, who is facing any of these issues in their lives, you have NCW at your disposal. प्लीज उनके हेल्पलाइन पे आप डायल करिए और आप अपने इश्यूज के बारे में जरूर चर्चा करिए. टेक काउंसलिंग. काउंसलिंग हेल्प्स. इट ऑल्सो बूस्ट्स योर मोरल एंड गिव्स यू द कॉन्फिडेंस टू फाइट योर ओन बैटल. Moving on with the topic for tonight. Tonight, out of the 10 broad categories that I have mentioned, we are going to talk about rape and attempt to rape, and we are going to talk about outraging modesty and molestation. These are two broad categories that our country is grappling with right now. कुछ issues which if I can call them as the banner cases, जो हम सबके ज़हन में है अभी भी. Perhaps I'll start with something that we all can resonate with, but इससे पहले let me talk about the NCRB data. Speaking of NCRB data, and if I talk about the crime rate against women in India, you'll have to bear with me for 1 minute since this is a live and this is my first. I will have to go a little back and forth with all my reference points. So just hang on there. I will have to look it up and I don't want to go wrong with the numbers. So the idea is to call out the numbers correctly. But speaking of the NCRB data, if we look at the recent one, जहाँ पे 2022 के crimes जो भी हैं, उसका अगर मैं mention देखूँ, and this is from an article that was published in NewsClick. Let me just read out this article to you, which will give you a thorough understanding कि हमारे देश में, a country which is said to be the mother of democracy, a country which is, the country of, if I may use the word Sanatanis, where women are worshipped, यहाँ पे crime against women का rate, अगर आप the crime rate, if I call out the crime rate, you will go bonkers. Let me read out the numbers to you, and this is, mind you, the NCRB data. NCRB report detailed a substantial escalation in reported crimes against women, soaring from 3,71,503 cases in 2020 to 4,45,256 cases in 2022. Compared to 2021's 4,28,278 cases, the 2022 statistics marked a troubling increase. The report highlighted that a significant portion of crime against women under the Indian Penal Code, IPC, involved cruelty by husband or relatives, which was at a 31.4%. Then kidnapping and abduction of women, 19.2%. Assault of women with intent to outrage her modesty, is 18.7%, and rape is 7.1 glaring percent. The crime rate per lakh women population rose to 66.4 in 2022 from 64.5 in 2021. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि ये सिर्फ 2 पॉइंट का इंक्रीज है या फिर 2.5 पॉइंट का इंक्रीज है, इससे क्या ही फर्क पड़ जाएगा, लेट मी टेल यू दैट दीज आर द रिपोर्टेड केसेस ओनली. There are several such cases in our country जो बिल्कुल unreported रह जाती हैं. Just bear with me for 1 minute. I'll have to go on mute. Just a second, I'll be with you. Okay, I'm back. So, like I was saying, कि ये जो numbers अभी आपको गिनाए, these are just the reported numbers. ऐसे कई सारी cases है इंडिया में जो report नहीं होती हैं. Speaking of which, it reminds me of marital rape, जिसके बारे में शायद मैंने mention नहीं किया था. And speaking of marital rape, these are some of the issues that are not reported in our country. How unfortunate is that? हम रहते हैं in the 21st century and we are still okay with issues like marital rape. We are still okay with being harassed within our family. We are still okay. We are still silent about being molested, or we are still okay with being subjected to rape or attempt to rape within known people. Okay, moving on. I will now, iske baad, the next point that I had for tonight, and I don't see any engagement. Let me quickly take a look. Give me a thumbs up. Just let me know if the audio is clear, not audible. Okay, am I audible now? Am I audible now? Ek Guncha, please confirm if you can hear me. I'm not too sure if I'm audible or not. Okay, I will take that as a yes. I'm hoping that you all are still able to hear me. So please keep interacting in the chat. Your comments, your thoughts, your point of views are things that we thrive on. So please keep interacting with us throughout the live. Sorry, we are also facing some technical glitches. I hope I'm still audible and you all can hear me. Just bear with me for 1 minute. Okay, there are a lot of unprecedented things that are happening in me. So I know I'm going off the camera and coming back on the camera. There is an. But thank you so much. I still see 4 people are still listening to me, and that means a lot. Like I said, this is our first. We will get better with time. Moving on, now we'll talk about some of the well, there are many shocking cases in our country that has happened over a decade and more. Speaking of the NCRB data, let me tell you what is going to shock you a little more are the list of cities that fall in these categories of high crime rate against women. Let me read out the article. This is also from NewsClick, by the way. Concerning trends were observed in major cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bengaluru. Delhi recorded 14,158, still no sound. Okay, this is unprecedented. Is the audio better now? Can you all hear me? Ek Guncha, can you please confirm if you can hear me? You're the only one who has been interacting, ma'am. So could you please confirm if the audio is clear and if you're able to hear us? Still no sound? Okay. Are you still not able to hear us? Ek Guncha, can you please confirm? I'll move on in a bit. I just need someone to confirm if the audio is clear or not. It's very hard for us to tell. Audio. We are checking on the logistics. I hope you all can see the video. So I have just signaled someone from my team to check the audio. We are checking the audio. Let me just put it in the chat. Thank you, Pankaj Pal, for confirming that the audio is clear. Thank you very much. Let's quickly move on. Okay, great. Okay, let's move on. So, speaking of which, I'll go back to the article once again, and this is from NewsClick, which said that concerning trends were observed in major cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru. Delhi recorded 14,158 cases of crime against women. Mumbai saw 6,176 cases with a high of 80.6% charge sheet rate, while Bengaluru reported 3,924 cases with a 74.2 charge sheet rate. Uttar Pradesh registered the highest number of 65,743 cases of crime against women under IPC and Special and Local Law, which is SSL. Maharashtra recorded 45,331 cases and Rajasthan reported 45,058 cases, each with varying charge sheets. Look at these numbers. Agar aapko abhi bhi lagta hai that we are safe in this country, then please wake up. Okay, moving on. Now we'll talk about some of the, how do I put this across? Some of the cases that perhaps we have forgotten. Let me start with a case that shook the nation in the year 1973. This was the case of nurse Aruna. इसके ऊपर movies बन चुकी है, इसके ऊपर काफी सारे crime episodes बन चुकी हैं, and I think most of us are aware of what happened, the ordeal that nurse Aruna had to go through. In the year 1973, when nurse Aruna was working in a hospital, she was brutally raped by one of the attendants in the hospital because she had confronted the attendant for, stealing things from the hospital. तो उन्होंने voice out किया, उसको रोकने की कोशिश की, and the man was so agitated that he not just raped nurse Aruna, बल्कि he was so brutal with her that for the rest of her life, nurse Aruna was in a vegetative state. She was on a ventilator for the rest of her life. A young, beaming woman who could have achieved so much in her life was subjected to the baser instinct of a man. This is in the year 1973. I'm sure by now your memory is jogged and you're able to recollect the incident that I'm talking about. ये सिर्फ एक one standalone instance नहीं है हमारे देश में. I'll quickly move on how we have not even spared foreigners. किस तरह से हमने अपने देश को शर्मसार कर दिया in a national podium when a Swiss diplomat was forced in her own car by two men in South Delhi, and this was in the year 2003. Moving on, Bilkis Bano. I hope you all still remember this case. This is during the Gujarat riot 2002. Gujarat riot ke waqt, Bilkis Bano was brutally raped, her family was butchered, और उसके बाद ये होता है कि the men who had assaulted her, they were convicted, they were put behind the bars, but there is a but to it. Just like how we had seen what happened in Unnao, a similar instance had happened in the Bilkis Bano case also, where the miscreants were freed by the state government, prematurely released, by the way, in the year, this was in the year 2022. But the release was quashed by the Supreme Court, and again the miscreants were put behind the bar in January 2024. Surprisingly, when these miscreants were freed, उनका इतना स्वागत किया गया फूलों के हार से, आरती से, as if they had won some kind of a war and they had returned from from a victorious event. I mean, कब तक हम अस वर्सेस देम पे पॉलिटिक्स करते रहेंगे? कब तक हम वुमेन सेफ्टी को दाव पे लगाते रहेंगे ऑन दी अस वर्सेस देम वाला फॉर्मूला? मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट केस. This is in the year. Oh, hold on. My notes have gone haywire because there are so many things that I want to talk about, and there is so much that is already running in my mind. 6 people listening to me. Thank you so much. Okay, the next one is Nirbhaya case. I'm sure you all know 2012, जहाँ पे हमको justice देखने को मिली, and we all were convinced कि नहीं, our judiciary is there for us, our judiciary is listening to us. And if you remember, निर्भया के केस को फास्ट ट्रैक किया गया, निर्भया एक्ट को लाया गया, the miscreants were given were given the capital punishment as they deserved, and we saw justice in Nirbhaya case. This was in 2012, mind you. Right after the Nirbhaya case, 2017, the Unnao case happens. Unnao was a sheer case of muscle power. Unnao was a sheer case of money power. Unnao was a sheer case of political influence. Unnao के केस के बारे में मैं ज़्यादा delve नहीं करूँगी. We have already made a detailed episode on the Unnao case. It is available on our channel. I'm sorry I'm not able to give a link right now, but I'd urge you all to go and watch the recent episode that we had made on the Unnao incident. This was in 2017. 2018, Kathua rape case. 19-year-old girl who gets raped by 7 miscreants, out of which 1 was a juvenile. Juvenile को खैर punishment उसको acquit कर दिया जाता है. The 6 other miscreants were put behind the bars. RG Court 2024, Law College, Kolkata Law College, which was in the same year, if I'm not wrong. Then comes Ankita rape and murder case, जिस पे अभी बहुत चर्चा हो रही है, बातें हो रही हैं. But this case had happened in the year 2022. The question is, जब हमारा इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग जुडिशरी सिस्टम है, अगर निर्भया के वक्त हमको इतना फास्ट ट्रैक जस्टिस देखने को मिला है, then why are we not able to see the same kind of justice in the rest of the cases? Here I would like to invite all our listeners, जो भी 8 जने हमको सुन रहे हैं, I'd urge you all to take part in the chat, and please share your point of view, because it is important that we collectively raise a voice. I will talk about some of the laws that we have in our country, which ideally should protect women against any kind of crime, especially rape and outrage of modesty. But usse pehle, all these cases are where women had become victim of men's baser instinct, right? Now the question is, some of you may have this question. I'm surprised that no one is asking this question. That rape is, in our country at least, rape is directly associated with a gender. Women are subjected to rape. We never speak about men being subjected to rape. There are so many cases that go unheard. There are so many cases that men do not want to come up and speak about, primarily because of the socio-cultural stigma or the socio-cultural taboo that we have, that men are supposed to be strong and they can never be subjected to rape. It is such a myth. It is such a nonsense in this country, be it anywhere. I think men should also be given that parity to come and be vocal about their concerns regarding sexual abuse, regarding assault, regarding rapes, and regarding outraging his or her modesty. Let me not even be gender specific. Why his or her? Outraging somebody's modesty. Not just men. Now, let me take it a notch above. Some of you may not like it. It may sound a little controversial to you, but fact is a fact. When I talk about rape, we talk about women. We talk about women who basically are जो हमारे society की सभ्य society की लड़कियां हैं. They are subjected. What about people? What about I'll say people, because again, I won't be gender specific. Let me be a little more diverse here. What about people who are in flesh trade? When they get subjected to rape, when they get subjected to any kind of physical violence, when they get subjected to, when their modesty is outraged in the name of business, why is no action taken? Why does the police give them a cold shoulder? Are they not, are they not the citizens of this country? Do they not have a voting right just like you and me? Do they not belong to this democratic society that we are supposedly living in? Well, it's आज जिस स्थिति में हम लोग हैं, it's also very difficult to say that the country is fully democratic. Somewhere we all know and we can see that democracy is dying a slow death, but we choose to remain silent, of course, for various reasons. कोई डर के मारे चुप रहता है, कोई ये सोच के चुप रहता है कि it's not with me, मेरे साथ तो नहीं हुआ है, so why should I get my hands dirty? Well, sorry to say this, but आपके साथ नहीं हुआ है इसका मतलब it's not an assurance, it's not a guarantee that your government is giving you कि आपके साथ नहीं होगा. So don't wait for, हमारी government तो ऐसे wait ही करती है. We have also recently seen, just digressing a little bit from today's topic, we have seen how there are multiple systemic failures that our country has seen over a period of time. Coldriff case, speaking of crime against women, speaking of the recent Indore water contamination case, जहाँ पे CAG की रिपोर्ट 2019 में रिलीज होती है, and it clearly stated कि there is a problem with the drinking water, but government was sleeping over the ticking time bomb until it blasted. Now you compensate people, that's not going to help. It's not going to bring back the 10-15 lives that are lost. It is, I think it's again a very post facto approach जो हमारी government follow करती है. Just like in our Hindi movies, जब हम कोई हिंदी film देखते हैं and in the climax जब hero villain को पीटता है, कूटता है, then the police always arrives once everything is done and sorted by the hero. So here the hero is us. Here we have to start defending ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. So please start asking questions to the government because you are paying taxes. Please ask questions to the government because you have brought them to power. Please ask questions to the government because that's what the democracy says. By the people, of the people, for the people. So these are your legitimate rights. Don't let someone encroach on your rights. Raise the voice before you are muted forever. Moving on and coming back to today's topic of the day. 10 saal in case of Nirbhaya, I would say still it was taking Pankaj Pal's reference here and the question 10 saal in Nirbhaya's case, I would still say it was comparatively faster when you look at what is happening in Unnao or what recently happened. So at least in Nirbhaya, we had the Nirbhaya Act that had come up. We'll now talk about some of the laws that we have in our country, which claims to protect the modesty of every woman. Just bear with me for a while. Let me pull that up. I don't want to go wrong here. But I'd like to see more questions. Please, audience, viewers, subscribers, listeners, 7 jan sun rahe hain, and that's a lot for me. This is my first Sunday night live, and I'm hoping कि अभी तक मैंने जितना भी बोला है, जितना भी डिस्कस किया है, and I see you all are participating, so thank you very much. I hope you find it engaging. I hope you find merit in whatever I'm saying. अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी merit लगता है in whatever we are discussing, then please, I request you with folded hands, do keep showing up in our Sunday night lives because our objective is to raise questions on all the social issues that we have in our country, the political issues that we have in our country. Because collectively we can raise a voice, collectively we can bring reform in the most peaceful manner. Okay, Pankaj Pal is... this is for Ek Guncha, I guess. We are very liberal. No bar for raping. Well, that is, we are not liberal. The point is, unfortunately, in our country, the law exists. There are laws and bylaws that exist. But the the law is not uniform, unfortunately, for everyone. Like I said, in Unnao case, it was the muscle power that played off. It was the muscle power based on which the miscreant had the audacity to finish off an entire family. मैं एक छोटा सा रेफरेंस आप सबको देती हूँ, those who are listening to me on the Unnao case. Unnao case में होता ये है that the victim was 17-year-old minor. वो काम के लिए जाती है to Kuldeep Singh, where she was assaulted and raped by Kuldeep Singh. वहीं पे बात खत्म नहीं होती है. The girl tried to raise her voice. She went to the police station to file a complaint. उसके बाद the Kuldeep के जो the people who worked with Kuldeep, they also gang raped the victim. उसके बाद जब victim कोर्ट केस करती है, कुलदीप को जब अरेस्ट कर लिया जाता है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट की हियरिंग होती है, and then Kuldeep was put behind the bar. I hope, हम ये बोल देते कि the justice is served. Unfortunately, it was not. The ordeal for that victim started right there. She was subjected to rape, she was subjected to physical violence. वहीं तक बात खत्म नहीं होती है. कुलदीप सिंह का कलेजा, कुलदीप सिंह सिंगर का कलेजा इतना जल रहा था that he made his brother frame the victim's father on the charges of illegal arms act और उनको अरेस्ट कर लिया जाता है. एंड जब वो जुडिशियल कस्टडी में थे, वहाँ पे कुलदीप सिंह का भाई आता है और विक्टिम के फादर को पीट पीट के बेरहमी से मार डालता है. I hope it had ended there, the ordeal would had ended there, but no. कुलदीप सिंह का कलेजा उसके बाद भी ठंडा नहीं हुआ. आफ्टर दैट व्हेन द विक्टिम वाज गोइंग फॉर अ कोर्ट हियरिंग अलोंग विथ हर रिलेटिव्स, शी मीट्स विद एन एक्सीडेंट. ये कहा जाता है, ये एट अ सरफेस लेवल जब हम इसको एनालाइज करते हैं या फिर जो हम पढ़ते हैं इसके बारे में, इट सेज दैट शी मीट्स विद एन एक्सीडेंट, देयर कार रैम्स इनटू अ लॉरी एंड द विक्टिम्स लॉयर, ऑफ कोर्स ही पासेस अवे. उनकी वहीं पे मौत हो जाती है. विक्टिम के साथ जो रिलेटिव्स थे उनकी भी मौत हो जाती है. विक्टिम आईसीयू पे पहुंच जाती है एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. But let me tell you a surprising fact which very few people are aware of. जब एक्सीडेंट होता है कार का, तब लॉरी 11 बार उस कार के ऊपर चढ़ती है. एक एक्सीडेंट जब होता है, then either you would try to help the victim. अगर आप में इंसानियत है, आपसे एक्सीडेंट हो गया है, आप इंसान हो, तो आप हेल्प करने की, मदद करने की कोशिश करोगे, उनको रेस्क्यू करने की कोशिश करोगे. या फिर अगर आपको डर लगता है तो आप वहां से भाग जाओगे. You'll flee from the spot, which we have seen in most of the cases. 11 बार आप गाड़ी नहीं चढ़ाओगे. And when that is done, it is proven that it was a cold-blooded murder. या उसके बाद भी कोई ज्यादा एक्शन इस पे नहीं इसलिए होता है because of course, if you look at the entire litigation, Kuldeep Singh was behind the bar. उसको directly आप accuse नहीं कर सकते. अब बंदा जेल में है तो वो क्या ही कर लेगा. Everybody was aware about Kuldeep Singh's past. वो एक बाहुबली था. अभी भी if you all are aware, his wife is a candidate for the upcoming elections. I don't know if the candidature still holds good, but at least when he was released off late, पिछले हफ्ते जब उनको रिलीज किया गया, फिर उनको जेल के अंदर फिर से दोबारा डाल दिया, एटलीस्ट टिल देन शी वाज लेजिटिमेट कैंडिडेट फॉर द अपकमिंग इलेक्शंस. सो दैट इज वेयर द प्रॉब्लम इज. समवेयर आवर जुडिशरी succumbs to muscle power, political power and money power. ऐसे बहुत सारे हाई लेवल केसेस हैं. अंकिता मर्डर केस एट अ वेरी सरफेस लेवल, अगर आप इसको एनालाइज करो, 3 मिसक्रिएंट्स थे, उनको अरेस्ट कर लिया गया है एंड अगेन जस्टिस इज सर्व्ड. अपेरेंटली जस्टिस इज सर्व्ड. जस्टिस इज नॉट सर्व्ड. हु इज दैट वन पर्सन, हु इज दैट वन VIP जिसको छुपाने की कोशिश की जा रही है? कई लोगों का, कई सारे when we had made this video on Unnao, एटलीस्ट फेसबुक पे हमें बहुत सारा रिएक्शन देखने को मिला था. काफ़ी सारे कमेंट्स थे वहाँ पे, जहाँ पे एक सज्जन ने बहुत राइटफुली मेंशन किया था कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि उन्नाव को इमीडिएटली उस पर एक्शन इसलिए लिया गया था बिकॉज अंकिता मर्डर केस वाज सर्फेसिंग, और उसको दबाने के लिए उन्नाव केस वाज यूज्ड एज अ hogwash for the Indian citizens कि भाई देखो हमने तो justice कर दिया है. We have put Kuldeep Singh Sengar once again behind the bar. We have put a stay on his release order, on his bail plea. Please understand, it is a stay on the bail plea. It is not. It is interim justice. अगर आप इसको justice मान के बैठ जाओगे, then I think we are in a very sad state. सो प्लीज बी अवेयर कि क्या हो रहा है, आंखें खोलिए, थोड़ा जानिए, थोड़ा पढ़िए, एंड प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स नॉट अबाउट द बार, इट इज अबाउट हाउ आर जुडिशरी फंक्शंस. इसके अलावा भी जुडिशरी के भी काफ़ी सारे आई वुड से देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ब्यूरोक्रेटिक, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ procedural, there are a lot of socio-cultural, as well as there are a lot of investigative and basically investigative issues जिसकी वजह से हमारी जुडिशरी टाइम पे डिसीजंस नहीं ले पाती है. गो एंड चेक इन दी FSL पोर्टल, फोरेंसिक लैब जो है, जहाँ पे कोई भी क्राइम जब होता है तो उसको एनालाइज करने के लिए फोरेंसिक टीम जाती है. गो एंड चेक द नंबर ऑफ रिपोर्ट्स दैट दे हैव, और उनमें से पेंडिंग केसेस उनके कितने हैं दैट दी FSL हैज नॉट बीन एबल टू एक्शन अपॉन. FSL का डेटा अगर नहीं आता है देन द कोर्ट समवेयर फेल्स टू इवन पास अ जजमेंट. काफ़ी हद तक कोर्ट FSL के डेटा पे भी डिपेंड करती है. एग्जाम्पल the Talwar case. Example, I think this was in Maharashtra, somewhere in Maharashtra. I'm not able to think the exact name of the place. एक 47-year-old के टीचर ने एक स्टूडेंट को मोलेस्ट किया था, सेक्शुअली अब्यूज किया था, एंड द स्टूडेंट हैड फाइल्ड अ केस. अब ये केस कोर्ट में चलता है, लेकिन द टीचर गेट्स अक्विटेड बिकॉज FSL का डेटा कोर्ट के पास टाइम पे नहीं आ पाया. कोर्ट डिड नॉट हैव इनफ एविडेंस टू होल्ड द अक्यूज्ड गिल्टी, और उनको एक्विट कर दिया जाता है. तो हमारी कोर्ट के हाथ भी कहीं ना कहीं बंधे हुए हैं, विच इज वाई देर इज इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस डिले. और सच कहूँ तो हमारे केसेस इतने हैं क्राइम के, ये तो सिर्फ मैंने रेप के गिनाए और क्राइम अगेंस्ट विमेन के बारे में मैं बोल रही हूँ. व्हाट अबाउट द अदर क्राइम्स? आप NCRB जाइए, और अभी तो खैर NCRB का पोर्टल इज मोस्टली अनएक्सेसिबल. मैं पिछले 2-3 दिन से ट्राई कर रही थी कि किसी तरह मैं NCRB का जो डेटा है, द वन दैट दे रिपोर्ट ऑन देयर पोर्टल, उसको मैं किसी तरीके से डाउनलोड करके आप लोगों को दिखा पाऊँ. अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई वाज अनसक्सेसफुल. रीजंस आर नोन. अभी तो राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन इज ऑल्सो रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू अ ग्रेट एक्सटेंट. आई एम श्योर यू ऑल नो व्हाई. तो NCRB का डेटा, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो डेटा रिलीज होता है उसमें 1-2 साल का लैग होता ही होता है. द डेटा दैट आई वाज रीडिंग आउट टू यू वाज फ्रॉम अ न्यूज़ आर्टिकल, और ये था 2022 का डेटा जो 2023 में रिलीज हुआ था. सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द लैग इन द डेटा दैट वी गेट एक्सेस टू. जब तक हमको NCRB के पोर्टल पे डेटा का जो स्टॉक है वो मिलता है, तब तक हजारों क्राइम्स हो चुकी होती हैं. और ऐसे कई सारे क्राइम्स हैं जो मैंने पहले भी बताया था, विच को अनरिपोर्टेड, अनरिकग्नाइज्ड, जहाँ पे जुडिशरी का लैग है, जहाँ पे जस्टिस नहीं सर्व हुई है, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स. So there is a requirement for a major reform in our judiciary, in the laws and bylaws that we have. Speaking of laws and bylaws, I just got recollected कि मुझे आप लोगों को बताना था कि crime against women के बारे में जब मैं बात करती हूँ, then what are the list of laws that we have? There is a portal, and I'd urge you all to जब भी टाइम मिले ये सब चीज़ें थोड़ा रिसर्च करिए, थोड़ा जानिए, बिकॉज दीज आर थिंग्स, एटलीस्ट इफ यू आर अ वुमन, यू शुड नो what kind of laws are there in our country that can protect you. Let me read out some of the laws here, okay? Starting off with outraging somebody's modesty. इसके अगेंस्ट क्या है? Section 354, assault of criminal force to women with intent to outrage her modesty. The section deals with act of assault or use of criminal force on a woman with intention to outrage her modesty. The punishment is imprisonment up to 5 years and a fine. Speaking of outraging modesty, women's modesty, I gave you an example. The Swiss ambassador का जो पुराना केस था, मैंने उसके बारे में तो बताया ही है आपको. ऑफ रिसेंट आई एम श्योर आप सबने काफ़ी सारी वीडियोस देखी होंगी इंटरनेट पे, किस तरह से हम अपने अपने देश को शर्मसार कर देते हैं व्हेन फॉरेनर्स या दे विजिट आवर कंट्री, और हम उनको एक लेबल लगा देते हैं, राइट? द लेबल इज अवेलेबल because you come from a different country, then, and if you're a woman and if you're alone, then I have all the rights to treat you the way I want. You are in my country, so basically you will be subjected to my kind of treatment that I would like to give you. हम ये दो बार नहीं सोचते कि ये फॉरेनर्स हैं, ये हमारे देश में घूमने इसलिए आते हैं बिकॉज उनको ये लगता है कि इंडिया की जो हेरिटेज है, इंडिया का जो कल्चर है, इट इज़ सो रिच, इट इज़ सो प्रोफाउंड इन इटसेल्फ, वो उसको समझने आते हैं, जानने आते हैं। और हम क्या करते हैं, हाउ डू वी रिवॉर्ड देम? वी रिवॉर्ड देम विथ मोलिस्टेशन, वी रिवॉर्ड देम विथ रेप्स, वी रिवॉर्ड देम विथ असॉल्ट्स, वी रिवॉर्ड देम विथ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ क्राइम्स। रिसेंटली, वेरी वेरी रिसेंटली, शायद पिछले हफ्ते या फिर इसी हफ्ते, आई was just scrolling through Instagram, जहाँ पे मुझे एक sorry not Instagram, it was on YouTube, जहाँ पे I came across a video, a Korean girl, वो साउथ कोरिया से आई थी घूमने, and वो she was visiting the different places that we have in the in India, especially Rajasthan, Delhi. She was going to all these places. She wanted to understand basically people who come from Korea, at least the South Asian countries, उनका जो perception है इंडिया के बारे में, जो कि हमारी country truly एक time पे थी, is अतिथि देवो भव। तो उस perception के साथ वो हमारे देश में आते हैं। She came here, and then I would urge you all to look up for that video and watch it. You will be ashamed to call yourself an Indian. वो वीडियो देखने के बाद जिस तरह से हमने उनको ट्रीट किया। At one point she said, I hate India. How disgraceful is that? Just a bunch of people, because the way they had treated someone so very differently, now a foreigner is carrying a completely different perception about our country, and she'll go back and talk about it. हमने अपने देश की छवि इतनी बिगाड़ दी है कि देयर आर सो मेनी फॉरेन कंट्रीज राइट नाउ जो इंडियन पासपोर्ट्स को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रही हैं। देयर आर सो मेनी कंट्रीज वेयर इंडियंस आर बिकमिंग विक्टिम टू असॉल्ट्स, बिकमिंग विक्टिम टू फिजिकल असॉल्ट, मर्डर। क्यों हो रहा है? हाउ हैव वी डिस्ट्रॉयड the image of our country at an international level, at a global level? I think we should be ashamed of ourselves. Anyway, so that is about outraging women's modesty. वो चाहती तो केस कर सकती थी. I don't know if she would have been eligible. I'm hoping she would have been, and I think ऐसी चीज़ों के बारे में we should think twice. Next is section 354A, sexual harassment, and इसके अंदर provision में क्या आता है? Provision addresses unwelcome physical contact, demand for sexual favor, making sexually colored remarks, and showing pornography against a woman's will. Punishment includes imprisonment of up to 3 years and a fine. Those who work in corporates, especially women, you should be able to relate with this. हमारे corporate में there is something called as the POSH committee, protection of sexual harassment. इस कमिटी का काम होता है to keep a check कि कोई भी फीमेल एम्प्लॉई जब एक हैरेसमेंट को रिपोर्ट करती है, उसको ये कमिटी बहुत थरली एनालाइज करती है, एंड दे ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द रीजंस, एंड दे ट्राई टू गेट, इसका लिटिगेशन भी बन सकता है इफ दे फाइंड the accused guilty. So this is also a weapon, women, that you all have. If you are silently facing, and if you are silently tolerating any kind of crime that is happening against you, you need to be vocal. Moving on, the third one is section 354B. इससे पहले मैंने 354A बोला था. This is section 354B, which is assault with intent to disrobe. This section punishes anyone who assaults or uses criminal force with the intent to disrobe a woman. Punishment can extend up to 7 years of imprisonment. Section 3, ऐसी कई सारी sections अभी मैं पढ़ने जाऊंगी, तो we will exceed the timestamp that we have for, and I think we are Oh, we are 6 minutes away from closing this live. I'll try to keep it a little more engaged. थोड़ा सा मैं इसको खींचूंगी. I hope you all will stay glued with me. इसके अलावा let me quickly talk about the अच्छा, आई वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट पॉश. यहाँ पे पॉश के बारे में भी मेंशन है. सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट ऑफ विमेन एट वर्क प्लेस, प्रिवेंशन, प्रोहिबिशन एंड रिड्रेसल एक्ट 213 का है ये, ऑल्सो नोन एज पॉश एक्ट. इट एम्स टू प्रोटेक्ट विमेन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट एट देयर वर्क प्लेस. द एक्ट मैंडेट्स द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एन इंटरनल कंप्लेंट कमिटी, ICC. By the way, I am a corporate employee and I am a member of ICC. In organizations with more than 10 employees and outlines procedure to for filling complaints and redressal. अगर आप में से कोई भी corporate employee हैं, then please do become a member of ICC. You have no idea कि आप कितने जनों की मदद कर सकते हैं. Moving on, Prohibition of Children Marriage Act. This is something that you all know. I'll quickly move on to POCSO. POCSO Act 2012, Protection of Children from Sexual Offense Act. It is aimed at protecting children below 18 years from sexual abuse and exploitation. The act includes provisions from stringent punishment for offense like child rape, sexual harassment, and child pornography. Despite POCSO, I think I forgot to read out a case to you. This was in the year 2018 in कठुआ रेप केस, जहां पे एक 8 साल की माइनर लड़की को 7 लोगों ने गैंग रेप किया था, आउट ऑफ विच वन वाज अ जुवेनाइल, डिस्पाइट ऑफ पॉक्सो. मतलब the point is, we are no longer scared of the judiciary. When I say we, I am talking about everyone. We are no longer scared of the judiciary. We don't have the fear of law. We know about, या तो हमको लॉ में क्या लूप होल्स है इसके बारे में बहुत अच्छी तरह पता है, या फिर we come with muscle power, money power or political power and we know how to wriggle our way out. What is unfortunate is, ये क्राइम्स हो रही हैं बावजूद इसके कि इतने सारे लॉज और बायलॉज हमारे देश में हैं. बावजूद इसके पॉक्सो लगता है कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर को, लेकिन he was scot free, at least चाहे दो दिन के लिए हो, 3 दिन के लिए हो, he was out. How can you let a monster free in the society who is a monster? He's a convict. He's a convicted criminal. आपने एक convicted criminal को scot free कर दिया just by finding the loophole in the POCSO 2012 Act. Yeah, had the nation not raised the voice, question is, would our Supreme Court have taken the action that they took? जितनी तात्परता से और जितनी जल्दी कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर को दोबारा अंदर कर दिया गया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने तुरंत स्टे लगा दिया, CBI ने परस्यू किया कोर्ट में. क्या ये सब हो सकता था अगर ऑल ओवर द नेशन एक आउटरेज हमको देखने को नहीं मिलता? अगर ये हो सकता था तो why is there no justice served in हाथरस केस till date? अगर आपके लिए जस्टिस का मतलब ये होता है कि जो हमको दिखता है उन्हीं को पनिशमेंट दे दो, और you're trying to hide the real culprit, अगर if you call that justice, then okay, fine. By that means the justice is served. But you all know what happened in हाथरस. 19 साल की लड़की को रेप करते हैं, मार डालते हैं, फिर I mean the family didn't even get to see her body. फैमिली के सामने पुलिस जल्दी जल्दी उसकी बॉडी को जला देती है. मे बी वी आर नॉट एबल टू रिलेट विथ ऑल दिस क्योंकि ये हमारे साथ नहीं हुआ है. मे बी वी आर नॉट एबल टू रेज आवर वॉइस बिकॉज आई एम सेफ इन माई हाउस. लेकिन कब तक? थिंक अबाउट इट. So that was about POCSO. There are a lot of laws and I will share this particular link in the chat section. अगर आप में से कोई भी interested हो to know what are the laws that are there to prevent you as a woman in this country, here you go. Please save this link and please take advantage, or I would rather say please be informed. Please know what are the laws that are there in our country that can protect you, and please raise your voice. Before I end this show for tonight, I'd once again urge you all, सवाल पूछिए, सवाल पूछना आपका हक है। आज आप सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे इसलिए क्योंकि आज आप सेफ हो, अपने घर के अंदर हो, एंड यू फील दैट देयर इज नो थ्रेट टू योर मॉडेस्टी, देयर इज नो थ्रेट टू एनीवन हु इज इन एंड अराउंड यू। इसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि कल भी स्थिति सेम रहेगी। स्पीकिंग ऑफ मणिपुर, जब मणिपुर में अनरेस्ट हुआ, nobody had anticipated कि इतना ज्यादा क्राइम एंड वायलेंस अगेंस्ट वुमेन हम सबको देखने को मिलेगा। There is no justice served till date. Justice is still awaited. So justice awaited is justice delayed. तो it is important कि आप सवाल पूछिए and keep watching Sunday Live with Coffee Commerce और कहानियाँ। इस चैनल को 10 जन सुन रहे हैं इस वक्त। आई एम सो इलेटेड, आई एम सो हैप्पी, एंड आई होप यू ऑल वुड जॉइन अस इन आवर नेक्स्ट संडे लाइव। अगर ये लाइव आपको अच्छी लगी है, प्लीज मेंशन द कमेंट सेक्शन कि आपको कैसा लगा आज का लाइव, आज का टॉपिक कैसा लगा। इफ यू थिंक आई डिड जस्टिस, बताइए। इफ यू think I did not do justice, then also give us a feedback, because we thrive on your feedback. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for watching Sunday Night Live. We have our recent episode out. Our recent episode is on the Unnao tragedy. I'd urge you all to go and watch the episode. बहुत मेहनत करके हम ये episodes आप तक लाते हैं, और हमें अच्छा लगता है जब आप ये episodes देखते हैं और हमें अपना feedback देते हैं. So प्लीज़ 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 स्प्रेड द वर्ड। बताइए लोगों को कि कॉफ़ी कॉमर्स और कहानियाँ एक चैनल है जो आप सबकी बुलंद आवाज़ बनना चाहती है। सो विद दैट नोट, आई होप यू ऑल stay tuned to Coffee Commerce or Kahaniya, and I hope you will continue showing up in our live Sunday after Sunday. Until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your host. Should I reveal my name? Maybe next time. Have a wonderful night. See you all next Sunday, and stay tuned for our rest of the episodes. Good night.